Hello, teacher. My name is Julia Alejandra Lopez. Below, I give my point of view about the importance of the English language in our lives or profession. In which countries is the official language and characteristics about this language. As we know, English is the language that we have to learn because it's the most used uh, between cinema, music, the words we have adopted in our language, manager, business, playlists, and many other things. We have to recognize what a language is that surrounds use in all areas of daily life. Day by day, English is becoming a frequent language for any society. And not only is it the mother tongue of more than 350 million people, but the number of people who speak at it as a second or foreign language around the world is increasing at to tripling the number of native speakers. Thanks to the fact that most of the movies that come from Hollywood and that most of the music has Anglo-Saxon roots, English continues to expand. Despite this, there are many differences between the different types of English that can be studied, being more understandable when listening to them, because the pronunciation makes very big difference. However, beyond pronunciation, there are grammatical differences and orthographic characteristics, of the area, which make English a much richer language. English is the official language of quite a few countries in which the mother tongue of the inhabitants is another. However, the two most commonly heard English accents in the world are the British accent and the American accent. Just as in Spanish, despite the fact that there are grammatical differences between the types of English, a person who learns British English will understand a person who learns North American English, and a person who learns North American English. Will be able to communicate without problems with a person who speaks British English. In general, accents are much less pronounced in North America due to the constant migration, both foreign and from within the country. However, in Britain it is easy to tell where a person comes from just by listening to them speak. The variety of dialects is greater since the population remained in the same place for generations, making the language heard differently in each place. As I said before, there is no English that is better or easier than the other. Either of the two versions of English will help us to communicate without problems with English speaking people. The important thing is to know the language, to be able to understand and communicate easily, whether in England, the United States, or other countries that have English as an official language, such as Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, or the Philippines. Starting to learn one or the other English will also depend on what our objectives and priorities are. Also, once you know British English, you can learn American English and vice versa. But with this, it's important to learn English, whether it is one language or another. Studying English has multiple benefits. One of them is that it can open many doors for us when it comes to finding a job. By learning English, we improve our training, and of course, we obtain more possibilities to access a better job. Also, knowing this language, we can easily travel to other countries and get to know other cultures and lifestyles. Also, because it is the universal language, English is the language of international communication, trade, and finance. English is an official language in many corners of the planet and the official language of many international organizations such as the European Union, United Nations, or UNESCO. For these reasons, I consider that English is of great importance. Thank you, teacher, for your attention.